Hi, my name is Jessica Beck, and I will be discussing my picture language assignment for ETSP 553. So for the story of the warning, I depicted 6 scenes, starting from the beginning. So in the beginning of the story, it says that Ronnie drove into the parking lot and waved hello to the guard. He liked the airplane factory. So I drew Ronnie driving into the parking lot. I labeled him as Ronnie. He's in a car. He's smiling and there's hearts around it, which represent him really liking the airplane factory. He says hello to the guard. Hello is in quotes. So when they're thinking, it doesn't have quotes, but when he's actually speaking, there's quotes to show that it's something he's saying. He's driving into the parking lot where other cars are, and you can see that it's an airplane factory by the airplanes that are around it. It also says it's a big building, so I made sure to make the building look bigger than everything else. In the next scene, Ronnie walked into the big building, went to a small desk, and put down his keys. And he was surprised to see a note. And the note was from Mr. Burns telling him that he wanted to see him right away. So I have him walking into the big building. There's a small desk. I tried to make it smaller. And he looks surprised and puzzled. And there's question marks coming out that's his thinking. He's confused why he sees a letter on his desk. And the letter in quote says, "I want to see you," from Mr. Burns. So that's my second scene. My third scene is that Ronnie walked back out of the door and across the parking lot, and this is kind of where he's thinking to himself. So he's thinking, what did Miss Burns want to see me about? Maybe it was because Ronnie had called in sick the day before. The people were always so nice on the telephone when Ronnie called in sick. No one seemed to mind if he missed work. At least nobody said anything about it. So I have him walking out of the big building into the parking lot with the cars, and he's thinking, so this is not in quotes, and he says, "Why?" question mark, question mark. Maybe because, and then there's a face with a thermometer representing him being sick. And then there's a circle with lots of people, and it says, and beside it is a smiley face showing that it seems like no one really seemed to mind and that they were pretty happy with him. My fourth scene is Ronnie opened the glass door, so he's opening the door, walked down the long hallway, so I tried to make it look like the hallway was long. And he opened the door to Mr. Burns' office, and he's still kind of puzzled, and surprised. I have him in my fifth scene walking into Mr. Burns' office, and there's a lady at a desk, and I have her saying, "May I help you?" And I have a 1 beside it showing that she spoke first. And then Ronnie responds, "I'm Ronnie," and then an I as like I'm here to see Mr. Burns. And then there's chairs showing that it's in his little help area, his little reception place. In the next scene, the lady tells Ronnie to take a seat and that she's going to tell Mr. Burns that he's here. And it says that he sits down and he feels like he's waited for hours, but he looks at the clock and it's only been 10 minutes. So I have him seating, and I have him kind of looking at his watch like he's pretty, waiting. And there's a thought bubble that says tick-tock, tick-tock, which shows that it feels like forever to him. The clock goes from 12 to 2, showing that it's been only 10 minutes. And I have the lady sitting at her desk telling Ronnie to sit down. So I really liked this assignment. I thought it was really good for retelling, like it said in the videos, really giving them an anchor as to what they're reading and what the text actually says. And I think it helps kind of fill in the gaps, so some of the things the story doesn't mention, like when he goes from place to place or anything like that, it kind of helps them visualize actually what is happening in the story. And I think it's a really good technique, and of course this would come with a key. I would have like a little word key or something on the back that showed what each thing meant, like the quotes mean you're saying something, and without quotes means you're thinking it. But yeah, I think this was a great assignment, and I think that I'm going to start practicing it in my class for students when I read a book to them so they can better do retelling and sequencing. So yeah, thank you.